time to pack away the Christmas stuff. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Tuesday if you're watching this on the day it goes up. I hope you're having a brilliant week. So today is a bit of a mixed video because I didn't film all of the footage on one day. I was originally going to take my decorations down on 12th night, which is the 5th of January, because that is 12 days after Christmas Day. So that was when I was planning to do it, and that was a Sunday, so I could do it with my new job. I would be free. However, I felt really ill over New Year. I'm sure you know if you follow me on Instagram. And I just started to feel really overwhelmed by everything that was in my room. A couple of days after Christmas, I tripped over one of my 2 Christmas trees and snapped my Jack Skellington tree topper. It has been fixed now. My mum got some glue and fixed it, but I was really upset because if I hadn't felt so boxed in, I wouldn't have tripped over the Christmas tree, if that makes sense. It was my own fault. I was the one that decided to have 2 Christmas trees, but I do not regret that decision. I just really wanted them down as soon as Christmas was over, basically, which isn't like me. But I just felt like there was too much going on in my room, especially as there's so many clothes that I've bought for my new job in bags around my room. So I did start taking things down on New Year's Eve, I believe it was. I was really ill with a cold. I'm only just now getting over the cold, so my voice does sound a bit different. So the first thing I did was I made a list. Whenever I have a lot of jobs to do, I make a list and split everything into manageable chunks so that I don't have to do everything in one go. Because I think I did this over about 3 or 4 days, and obviously because I was ill, I filmed these bits with no sound, because you wouldn't have been able to understand me. I actually even lost my voice at one point. So I just thought I would film this video after I'd done everything and then put those clips in. So the first thing I did was I put away my gorgeous Miss Mindy figures. As you may recall, these were gifted to me by Gift Giving All Wrapped Up. And if you haven't seen that video where I showed you what else they sent me, I would really appreciate it if you went and watched it. I will leave a card in the corner. I kept the boxes, obviously, because these are very delicate figures, and especially with the move, it makes more sense to pack everything up safely now so that I'm not rushing closer to the date. Then I decided to keep the boxes for my Christmas pop vinyls because they don't stay out all year, so they do need to be somewhere safe for the rest of the year. So I put all of the pop vinyls back in their boxes and then put them in plastic boxes. I had to split them across 2 boxes because of how many I had. And then just to fill those boxes, I put in my mini Primark Christmas tree, my Primark tinsel, my Primark door sign, and obviously my stocking. I still have not found a last year's Christmas stocking. It must still be in the loft, but I'm not concerned because when we move, we will have to make sure every single room of this house is free of our stuff, the loft and garage included. So anything I have lost, I will find eventually, so I'm not worried. Obviously, this is actually going in a playlist that is to do with me moving house, so you will be kept updated with the packing status of everything. If I decide to sell anything, I will probably do that through my Instagram, but at the moment, I am not planning on selling anything, so please don't send me messages. I do get quite a few messages asking if I'm selling certain things. I would tell you on my Instagram story if I was, so you don't need to ask me. And then I got a Disney mug box. These are really handy. They only cost £1 from the Disney store. And I wrapped up my Christmas Sully, my Christmas Baymax, my Christmas Stitch, and I basically bubble wrapped them and put them inside that box. Unlike, say, my Donald Duck, my Up, these ones were purely Christmas, so they need to be packed away ready for next Christmas. I only have one Christmas thing still out, and it's a Christmas tradition that I was bought last year by my parents, and we stored the box away in the loft. So until that comes back out of the loft, this dopey statue does need to stay put, because I don't want to just bubble wrap him when I know there is a box for him in the house somewhere. And then I packed my wishables in these boxes because I felt like the wishables would act as good padding. So I put my Christmas wishables and my Nightmare Before Christmas wishables in that box, as they are Christmas specific and I won't need to see them until next year. Then I decided to try something a bit new. With my clothes, there were some Christmas jumpers that, although I wore them for videos, I did not wear them for work or going out. So I knew that if I didn't wear them this season, then I probably won't want to wear them next year. So I have donated a few of my Christmas jumpers, and then what I did was I initially boxed up all of my Christmas clothes, and then I decided it might be a better idea to vacuum pack them. So there are still some things in boxes, some t-shirts, underwear, hats, things like that. But the main bulky things like the jumpers and my dressing gown, they all got vacuum packed. It was really, really easy. I used the same vacuum bags that we took to Disneyland with us that you saw me using on the last day of the trip. So I have managed to put maybe 10 Christmas jumpers and a dressing gown into a large bag. And it's just so easy. We've put it in storage just like that. I haven't used a box, so that's freed up a box for some of my smaller Disney plushes, which I think I will pack away first. So these are my itty bitties, my posh paws and my tiny big feet. What I plan to do first is do collection videos for each of them and then do a video of me packing them all away, because I don't want you guys to wait until I've moved to see those collections. So I do have a very busy few months ahead. I've got a list of all the videos I need to film before things get packed away. Obviously that includes my Sum Sums. I don't think I will have all of my Sum Sum collection videos finished, but I would like to get a few more out to you guys before we move. Then speaking of Sum Sums, the next thing I packed away was the Sum Sums. I put my Mickey's Christmas Carol set in a box, and then I filled the rest of the box with the Sum Sums that were on the shelf, which came from an advent calendar last year. I really hoped there would be a Sum Sum advent calendar this year, but there wasn't, but I really hope there is one in 2020. Then it was time to take the decorations off the trees, so I started with the white one because that was a little bit easier. There were frozen plushes that I had already taken off to put in a plush box, and then I just had to take off the Primark decorations and put them back in their Primark decoration boxes, and then I just put the baubles in a box loose. I know that my mum takes her baubles off and puts them back in the boxes she bought them in, but I don't do that because I've never had any break yet, fingers crossed, so I didn't see the point of keeping the boxes. Then obviously I did the black tree. The black tree had more ornaments that needed bubble wrapping, so I saved that one for last because it had the more delicate items on. And then obviously both trees were put away in their original boxes with all 3 feet, so I don't have to worry about any missing feet next year. And then I put away my Christmas Itty Bitties and my Christmas Tiny Big Feet because they have been included in plush collection videos in the past, so they don't need to be in my plush collection videos for this year. And then, so if you guys watch my Marie Kondo video at the beginning of last year, I'll leave a card for it if you didn't. I did say that I had found a Christmas plush and I needed someone to remind me that I had found a Christmas plush and where I was going to keep him until my Christmas stuff came out. A couple of days after Christmas, my best friend Emily messaged me and she said, "Did you get that Mickey out of your plush mountain to go with your Christmas plush?" And I was really confused because I completely forgot. So I basically tore apart the plush mountain. It's back to normal now. And I found him. So I have now got all of my Christmas Mickeys together. They've all been packed away together. So thank you, Emily, for that. Because what I've decided to do with my bigger plush is I've put them in the same boxes that I used for my Halloween plushes. They are collapsible, zippable bags from They are collapsible and zippable. They are from B&M. I believe they cost £3.99 each, and they're just really good for temporarily storing things. So my plan with my Christmas and my Halloween and my Easter plushes is, in the plush mountain there is an ottoman. When we move house, I have already decided that my bed isn't going to be against a wall like it is now, so my ottoman will move to the end of my bed. This means that I can actually use my ottoman for storage rather than using it as a shelf for my plush to sit on top of. So I have planned to do a spring cleaning video, probably February-March time, where I move every single one of the plushes down here, do another Marie Kondo where I decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of, and then I will put my Halloween, my Easter and my Christmas plushes inside that ottoman, most likely vacuum packed, so that I can get to those plushes all year round whenever I need to. Because when we kept everything in the loft, I couldn't take Christmas pictures ahead of time for my Instagram. I had to wait until it was December, so there would be a few days when I had no Christmas content, so I have decided to use the ottoman for seasonal plush storage. So that is why I have put them in temporary boxes rather than proper plastic boxes, because once they are out of those boxes, I can use those boxes for something else. I will probably use them for blankets, because I've got an awful lot of Disney Primark blankets that I obviously don't need to use all the time, so I will probably store those in the boxes. And then obviously, because I'd taken all the plush off the bookshelf, I had to decide what was going back on the bookshelf. So if you saw me decorating my room, I originally had the Sensational 6 on the bookshelf, but since I got bought something very special for Christmas, I have decided to make it an up shelf. I do apologise guys, I know you haven't seen what I got for Christmas yet, but that is next Tuesday's video, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so that you can see everything that I got for Christmas. So I have now made an up shelf. This may change, but I really like it, and I've obviously found space for the plushes that were on there originally. And then the final job I had to do, and I literally left that until last. I waited until I was over my cold, so I did it on the 4th of January. I changed my bed sheets back to normal, which you can sort of see behind me. So obviously this is a really long and daunting process. I always complain about it. I did actually sort of break my bed because I stood on it at one point and fell through it, which I wasn't expecting to happen. But it's only minimal damage, and I'm hoping that if I can get underneath the bed I can just push it back. So I'm hoping it's not broken forever. But my room is now back to normal, as you can see. I am planning to do one last room tour before we move. I'm not sure when it's going to be, because I do want to do the spring cleaning first and the big declutter before I do a room tour, but I would like to give you one normal room tour that isn't decorated for any season before we move, so that you can see how different my new room looks in comparison. So that is another thing I'm planning to bring to you guys. I think when I do my 2-year anniversary video next month, I will talk a lot more about the things I plan to bring to you so that you know what to expect, and if you have any suggestions you can drop them in the comments, things like that. And then the final job I had to do was just to vacuum pack the bed sheets so that they're not taking up as much space. Vacuum packing has honestly changed my life because I always thought everything had to be stored in boxes, and it doesn't. Vacuum packing, in my experience, has never damaged anything, so I think it's a really good storage option, especially if you don't have a lot of space in your home. We are very fortunate that our new house has a lot more storage options than our current home, so we can actually have our house the way that we like it. And I'm very excited to be able to decorate a new room. I do need to buy a lot of furniture, so I am currently saving. So I'm very happy that I've stopped doing full haul videos, but I do plan to bring a few of them to you. But obviously they haven't gone entirely. You're seeing what I got for Christmas next week. There's going to probably be a haul in February. There may be a what I got for my birthday video, but I was planning on asking for money, so I'm not sure whether I will do a video for my birthday. I'll just have to see. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm focusing more on saving rather than spending, because I do have a lot of plans for my room, which involves buying a lot of furniture, so I need to make sure that I can afford all of that. So that is everything packed away for Christmas. I've updated you a little bit on how I'm getting along with my packing and what I'm going to do before the packing commences. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Obviously, it's an exciting and scary time for me to be moving house, but I'm hoping that I can still bring you good content, whether that's showing you my collection before it gets packed or showing you me packing things away. You may even be seeing some of my friends, as a few of my friends have actually offered to help me pack, so you may be seeing them in some of the packing videos. I will see you on Friday for the 5 things that I am excited for in 2020. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a big like and a comment telling me when you and your family take down your Christmas decorations. That is it from me, guys. I will see you on Friday. Bye!